The United States government is currently operating under a capitalist economy which can be described as an economic system in which the market determines the product, distributions, and price decisions, and property is privately owned. This, defined simpler, is that we live in an economy where there is always supply and demand. That is what determines the prices of products, and the government regulates policies to ensure that individual rights are respected and that the operations run smoothly. There are many ways in which a government can choose to run their country, and the way that the United States is governed is through a democracy. In this type of ruling, the government gives the citizens individual rights and respects said rights. Popular sovereignty is based on a basic principle that there is no power higher than the people and the document establishing their authority. In a democracy, the individuals of a country are called citizens that are members of a political community with rights as well as obligations that are all written down in the Constitution. These rights include freedom of speech, religion, the right to assemble, legal protections from government and each other, as well as voting for our government officials. With these rights also come some obligations that are expected of each citizen, which include, but are not limited to, paying taxes, obeying the law, serving in the military, and sitting on a jury. In other countries, as you may or may not be aware of, the people are called subjects and are treated as a number on a page and have no rights that provide protection from government reign. They have obligations such as taxes, but do not have any rights or privileges in their country. It is sometimes difficult to become a citizen of this country, but there are ways to become one. Jus sanguinis is the right by blood, meaning that the child of a United States citizen is born, which gives them citizenship. Jus soli is the right of soil, which is when the child is born on this land, and this is the most common way of citizenship these days, especially with the uprise of illegal immigrants seeking safe harbor from Mexico. The government is divided into three sections: legislative, judicial, and executive. The three branches have been loosely defined as the executive holding the sword, legislative commanding the purse, and judiciary doing neither of those, or strength or wealth of the society. The legislative branch is the part of government that makes the laws. The United States Congress operates under a bicameral legislature, which means that it has two chambers where the legislators are elected by the votes of the people for terms of 2 to 6 years. The founders of the government expected that legislature to be the most important part of government, so they spent a lot of time developing the criteria for the qualifications for membership, its powers, and its limitations. The executive branch is the part of government that sees the laws are enforced or carried out. The individuals involved in this branch are usually more administrative based, but they also help in the making of laws with a varying amount of power. The president, who is the leader of our country, is also known as the commander-in-chief, is the head of this branch. The judicial branch is the branch that has the power to interpret the laws and to judge whether the laws have been broken. To make sure that no one single branch of government could overpower another, there is a thing called checks and balances, which is the principle that allows each branch of government to exercise some form of control over each other. Each of these officials are elected through an election where our citizens have the right to vote for the person they feel is best fit for the job. It is somewhat different with the presidential election because while there is a popular vote like in most other elections, the decision is based on the electoral vote. The Electoral College is the intermediate body that decides the presidency. With this, the citizens' popular vote is used for the state electors who cast their votes for candidates about 6 weeks after the election. This ensures that the president is chosen by highly intelligent people and not the general public. It used to be that presidents could serve an unlimited number of 4-year terms, but in 1951, the Constitution was amended that he be limited to 2 terms.